Well, hey, folks, let's cover the exciting world of bills in this video. And bills are in the main menu and right down there. So in the bills module, we do have our dashboards and we do have the drop downs in our dashboards to look at data different ways. We have our buttons up here. There's the video, training video. There's the make a suggestion icon for bills. And then here is the settings for bills. Every module has that setting button. I'll click on it real quick. And as that loads, click on the green pencil to open up a section. And we can do things like change the name of bills if we wanted. Customize starting number. Not a lot of settings in bills. They're kind of straightforward. Some modules have a lot of settings. And then down below, we have that custom tab in all the modules. And here's where we can build out our custom fields. And remember, these are reportable on, and you can put them on your custom PDF templates. So just so you know where that is and what it all does. Then down below, we have a list of our bills, and we can click the open, paid, and all to filter them that way. Up here, we have a larger filter, so I can click my bill filter. Filter them by due date, projects, directory, record status. And then we can just go straight to a list of all bills. So that just bypasses our dashboard. We've got a search box, and I can see how I want to look at all my bills. Going back, and then we also have a search box up here, alphanumeric search box. Now, if we're going to create a new bill, we are going to click new bill here. However, you really don't want to do that in most cases because that's just going to have you create a new bill from scratch. That's a long way around the block. That's bypassing all the automation. You're going to have to do redundant data entry. We don't really want you to do that. You want to take advantage of the automation in Contractor Foreman. So as an example, I'll show you two examples. We're going to go over here and I'm going to click on purchase orders. I already have one open. We're not going to get into details on purchase orders. I've got a purchase order here. I just have a one-line one. I've kept it simple. But we're going to go to our three-dot menu item. And you always look to that three-dot menu item for next steps, shortcuts, automation, etc. So I'm going to click my three-dot menu item, and there is generate bill. So when this supplier, Robeson Supply, sends you an invoice, generally you're going to go into that purchase order to make sure things are correct, the line items are correct, the pricing's correct. Once you've verified everything, then you just come up here, click Generate Bill. When I do that, pops me up a little box. There's how many we ordered. How many am I actually going to pay? Now, maybe under delivered here, out using a purchase daily log out in the field, they said, hey, only 10 got delivered, so that would have a 10 there. And so I know that I only need to pay 10 because only 10 got delivered. So I'd hit 10 and I'd hit generate. And I'll do that on a subcontract. It's the same process, but now I'm only going to pay 10. And then it's going to track that I paid 10 and there's still 10 to pay, etc. So I'm just going to hit cancel here. And the same thing with a subcontract. So I'm in a subcontract here. I'll click on items. I've got two items there. And I've verified everything. We're good to go. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go generate bill. And again, how much am I going to pay him? Am I going to pay him a maximum amount? Am I going to pay him a fixed percentage? For now, I can either type in here or I can just say, hey, on all those line items, I'm just going to pay him, say, 50%. Now I'll put 50 down there, or I'm just going to leave it blank. Set it up later, but here I'll just come in and say we're going to pay him 25%. And I'm going to go ahead and generate that bill. Takes a couple of seconds, but there we go. Bill generated successfully. And it takes us over to bills, and there's my bill. So that's a lot faster. And it's filled everything out for me, done the work for me. There it is, the amount that I said I was going to pay. And so, like I say, that's a lot faster and a lot more accurate, especially than coming over here, going new bill, going to project, selecting the project, selecting the vendor. Which project did I pick there? I want to pick the right one, Smith House. So then we'll say Robeson Supply. And then selecting the purchase order that it was from. So I have to get all this right. Write up my description, put in a bill number, fill all this out, then come down here and add item to bill. And that was a purchase order, PO number 10. So I'm going to import from purchase order. There's my purchase order. Hit save and close. And then how many am I going to pay? So I'm just going to pay 5 of those and then save. And I can load up a file, put the invoice in there, whichever I might want to do. But you can see that that's the long way around the block. Now, there are times that, yes, I'm going to absolutely come in here and have to do a bill from scratch. But whenever possible, use that automation that's built into Contractor Foreman. That's what it's there for. Now, if I am building it from scratch and I'm not doing purchase order or subcontractor or importing from one of my expenses, and the expenses are, they're in the menu item. Those are my miscellaneous expenses. Expenses are things that are not included in the estimate. So I ran out of gun nails on the job and I had to go buy some and I want to job cost it. The crew did a fantastic job that week and I just wanted to buy everybody lunch. And I want to job cost it, or I had to buy fuel, things like that. That's my miscellaneous expenses. But then I can also just add a manual item, and that brings me up a box. Go item detail or category detail. And that really looks just like the estimating pop-up box if you've done estimating by now. So item type, very important to use. So always give it, is it material, equipment, labor, sub, or other? And always give it the cost code. We're a job costing system, so use that. Give it an item name, quantity, item, and price. So fill all that out. Be sure to use the cost code and the item type. And the other options that we have there are adding in a manual tax total. I can add in a discount. So we've got that already filled out because we're paying 5 of them. Unit cost of 50. So I can add in a discount. And I can say a negative value. Just get rid of that. Negative value will be automatically assigned to all discounts. So it's already got the negative sign in there. So I'm just going to go 10, save and close. Calculate for a second. There we go. $10 discount. And it's taken $10 off of my 250. So now we're at 240. I can add in a freight charge or a credit or add retainage, full or partial for payment. Generally, you're not doing retainage on a bill, but you can because we do hold retainage on subcontract. So, in the other way, we have our discount that we added there using the discount feature in the drop down. But the other thing I can do to add a negative line item is I can use add manual item and I can say, okay, it's material again, and we're going to say stainless steel sink, and I'm going to do a negative quantity here. So maybe it's a return that I'm covering on my bill. So I'm going to say -1, and that price is $250 for that sink, and it's going to be each. And then, of course, I'm going to job cost it. So I don't know what I have for sinks or something, so I'm just going to grab a random cost code for bass. Could write up a description or an internal note or collect packs. Let's say save and close. And now I've got -1, 250. So now that is -250 on my bill. So a number of ways that I can do this. Then I can also, regarding reporting, What's very handy is I can come over here and do whatever I need to around bills on a custom report. And they're very easy to do. So I just come over here, create custom report, go to bills. We create one basic report to help you get started. And I simply add and remove columns. So what do I want to put in there? So I definitely want an amount paid column. That's pretty handy to have on a bill report. And here's some of my custom fields that I had created. I put in my reference number, say, and then I come over here and, gee, I don't need, of course I would want the vendor. I just pick something maybe I have in there that I don't need. Then I can add a filter. I can filter it by something. I can record status maybe. So just show me active or archived. I save it. And I'm going to give it a name. Write a description of what that report's used for. And hit save. And then when I do that, that is going to be saved here under my custom reports. And I would see that under bills. There's one that I created a long time ago. Then I can edit, view it, run it, or delete it. So jumping back to bills here. Just the last few things to cover. Back at our bills, we have select items to filter. So if I had numerous items on this bill, labor or item types, if I wanted to, I could just say, hey, I want to filter out all my material items, etc. The other is, I'd mentioned it briefly when I clicked on the gear icon, but here's my custom tab. Now we try to give you all the fields you need over in the details, but I would say we can't think of everything. So over here, you can build out your customizable fields. And again, all these fields, you can run reports on them, and you can put them on your PDF templates that you create. So if you need a field or a way to report on something, just go ahead and create the custom fields over here. Very easy to do. It'd take you 15 minutes to learn how to do that. And we do give you a little video built into the settings up here on how to build those custom fields. So that's it, folks. Hope that helped. Bills are pretty simple and easy to use in Contractor Foreman, especially when you use the built-in automation. Like I showed you, saying purchase orders or in subcontracts, using the generate bill in each one of those features. Thanks, everybody. Have a spectacular day.